Welcome to the first Sunday of Advent. Father Ron here. Today, friends, we're beginning a new series called Random Sundays, where priests from different parts of the country, really the world, will join us, the priests on the God Minute team, to share and break open the Word. And today is Bishop Douglas Crosby from the Diocese of Hamilton up in Canada, who will offer a reflection today as we begin our great season of Advent together. Thank you for joining us.
It happens from time to time that we are shaken to the core and we quickly realize what is important in life, really important. House fires, death of loved ones, and pandemics can do that. Then for a short while, our awareness is heightened and we realize that life must be treasured, that each day is special, and that we no longer take family members and friendship and the gift of life for granted. Advent takes place at a time when there is a great battle between darkness and light. The darkness is overtaking the light. We have much less daylight these days and lots of night. Many people get up and head out to work in the darkness of early morning and arrive back home at the end of the day in darkness. Darkness and light. During Advent season, we are made acutely aware that darkness surrounds us and that together we are waiting for the coming of light. That darkness can be the darkness of the night. It can also be the darkness of sin and death. It is the darkness of all the ills that threaten to overwhelm us. Lack of work, lack of enough money for basic needs, lack of friendship, a failed relationship, the suffering of ill health, the death of a child, before or after birth, remembered for years and years. Yes, Advent is a time when we recognize that darkness threatens to overwhelm us. It is also a time to become aware that we need someone to come and save us, to intervene on our behalf, to tear open the heavens and come down, as we hear in today's first reading. During Advent, we pray that Jesus Christ will strengthen us in our darkness and keep our head above water. It is precisely in the midst of this darkness that we are enjoined to keep awake. Dom Helder Camara was bishop in Brazil many years ago. He wrote a beautiful tone poem about the darkness experienced by the poor and destitute in his diocese and called it, "It's Midnight, Lord." In this poem, he outlines the suffering and death that surrounded him and his people. Over and over, he repeats the line, "It's midnight, Lord." And where does he find hope? "It's midnight, Lord," he says, and midnight is pregnant with dawn. That is the very sense of our Advent season. It is a time of waiting, waiting in joyful hope, active waiting. It is a time to prepare for the coming of our God, to be awake and aware that God is breaking into our world. So we look around and see parents who love their children and care for them and want to do the best for them. We see teachers who go all out, especially at this time of year, so that the children experience goodness and love. We see doctors and nurses who go overboard to attend to the elderly and the sick. And we see neighbors being generous and respectful. That is how we gain hope, by looking around and recognizing that in the midst of the darkness, God is still at work in our lives, in our homes, in our community, and in our world. God is at work in and through the very people who believe that God can and does work through them. If we remain awake and aware, we will experience the source of good that we witness in the world around us. Throughout this Advent season, then, keep awake and keep your eyes open to see the goodness that is in this world. During the Advent season, something wonderful happens in nature. The light slowly begins to overtake the darkness, and in a few weeks and days, we will celebrate the coming of Jesus Christ, the light of the world, into our lives. Advent is a time to prepare for light to overcome a darkness that will no longer overwhelm us.